Well, TVC News Maritime correspondent Ifunanya Eze joins me now to talk more on this. Thank you for we need to ring a bell this morning. No? Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. Now, you engaged with the maritime workers on their grievances. Talk to us about their grievances, especially they mentioned activities of international oil companies that they feel something must be done about.
Yes, with regards to their grievances, it borders on the issue of unpaid wages for dock workers. Recall that last year, 2018, the Nigerian Ports Authority actually inaugurated the stevedoring contract. The stevedorers are the ones who actually, get the dock workers on board. Right. But the problem here now is that the IOCs, the international oil companies, have refused to pay the wages of these dock workers. And these dock workers, their activities in the ports, is based on ensuring that every vessel that bears on our waters, that the tally clerks, who are also known as, parts of the dock workers, are the ones who take records of cargoes that are, being taken on board or discharged from these vessels. We have on board security. These are the ones who check, what goes in and out with regards to these vessels that berth on our waters. So they have not paid their wages.
But have they tried to engage the international oil companies, as the IOCs, on this issue? And also, wasn't there an arrangement on, payments to be made?
It's been an ongoing struggle for them. They wrote to them, they've been on this agitation, but the IOCs have not responded. That was why they issued an ultimatum, the 14-day ultimatum, yes, which elapsed on the 28th of last month, and then they gave a reminder, 3-day reminder warning that elapsed with those people not doing anything. It was when they now came up and say, we'll shut down the ports. That was when the Nigerian Ports Authority now, came up with the fire brigade approach and said, okay, let's come, let's meet, and all of that. They are still meeting, but the meeting is deadlocked. Nothing has happened yet. And for that, the seaports are still short. But beyond the issue of asking for wages, against the backdrop of the question you asked, they actually made mention of the fact that these international oil companies, their activities on our waters must be checked. If you listen to my report, one of the maritime workers actually made mention of the fact that Nigeria should check the proliferation of, arms and ammunition into our waters. Some of these IOCs, those foreign vessels, they bet on our exclusive zones, 30 nautical miles, offshore.
And the activities are not being checked?
Oftentimes they are not, and that is the worry here. They are saying when they do not want to take these dock workers, professional dock workers on board, they prefer to go and get their own workers, people who work on their vessels. And in that regard, you can't control them. The regulatory agencies like NEMASA that is supposed to carry out these regulatory functions are not really upbeat on that, and that is a worrying concern.
Wow. Well, Ifunanya Eze, thank you for talking to us this morning on TVC Breakfast.
TVC News Maritime correspondent Ifunanya Eze joins me now on set. She has been our colleague. She's been covering this event for quite a while now. If it's nice to have you in the studio.
Good morning.
All right, now today there's a strike from what is there. One can just imagine how calm the port will be. But talk to us. There were some cargo or some ship that were meant originally scheduled to arrive today, and also some scheduled to take off today. Give us a picture of how activities at that area should be going between yesterday and today.
It's called seaport shutdown.
Seaport shutdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that means that even if any vessel berths on our waters, nothing would happen.
It will just park there.
To just park there.
All the content remain on.
Yes.
Whoa.
And we'll be losing money. The dock workers will not be there. We have teleclerks, we have the onboard personnel, nothing would happen. If you, yesterday when the strike commenced, they only allowed the laden trucks because they had already been cleared. So if they leave them there, it will just amount to congesting the
So
seaports
they
in
let
the
them allow
terminals.
them to go.
They just allowed them to go, but they did not allow any
Anyone to-
truck to go in, because if you go in, that means a container will need to be loaded onto a truck. So they didn't allow that at all.
Talk to us about this issue of wages and salaries. It's been on for several months now, or maybe up to a year or thereabout. Talk to us about that.
Is a recurring decimal as far as the Maritime Workers Union is concerned. The issue of unpaid wages, unpaid
But the Maritime
entitlements.
makes a lot of money.
Yes.
We had in one of your reports, the customs officer in charge of the port said we
Apapa
made about 1
Averagely.
billion on one day. The previous day they made 2 billion naira.
Yes.
Wow.
On the average, they make 1.3 billion daily.
Wow.
Yes. So you can imagine, calculate
So there's
it.
so much money. So how come the issue of payment of workers there is a challenge?
Well, this particular issue is not customs problem.
Okay.
Customs is just generating revenue. Cargoes coming into our country, and for those importation, you pay.
But
for
it just
duties.
gives us an idea that if customs is making that amount of money from the ports, then all the other auxiliary workers and unions and all of that are also making almost the same amount of money that is due to them one way or
For
the other.
every vessel that bears on our waters, we make money in dollar, foreign exchange.
Wow.
Yes, the Maritime shipping is an international business, so the monies there are
in dollars.
Are in dollars,
and in pounds.
Of course.
Oh, that's interesting.
So the issue here is that the international oil companies are not paying those people their entitlements, and that is what they are grieving about.
But why can't they look for a way of either picketing the international oil companies that are concerned instead of shutting down the entire ports?
Because
Do
their
they consider
operations are in the seaports.
Okay.
The vessels coming with either the oil, the cargo,
Containers
anything,
and all of that, yeah.
all of that are in the port. So that is the best way they can hit hard.
Is there any negotiation so far to bring an end to this?
Definitely. Since yesterday, they've been meeting. The Nigerian Ports Authority have been mediating. But the worry is why this shotgun, why this trying to do things at the 11th hour. Okay. This is something they gave ultimatum 2 weeks ago. Right. We expected that before that ultimatum elapsed, they should have done something.
Negotiated and
rather
prevented.
than allowing the country lose money as we are losing now.
All right, we hope they resume soon so normal activities can kick off, so we can keep making the dollars and the billions. Thank you, Ifunanya, for coming on the program. It's really nice to see you in the studio. Let me ring a bell for you. Hey! Thank you very much for coming.